I think that's how you do it with seawater, isn't it?
I think
you
yes.
evaporate the water out and the salt stays.
What's pee? It's like water and uric acid and ammonia.
Yeah, I believe that
Is that right? Or am I pissing like a cat, basically?
I believe.
What's in pee?
I believe you are correct.
Wait,
My-
are you saying
my
like
Google
getting the
search-
salt to like
search history is
spice
killing me.
food?
Well, like if you need to drink seawater, you need to boil it and collect the evaporated steam, I think, to drink it.
What do you think was the follow-up to what's in pee?
Can you drink pee?
What's in Peeps candy? All right.
Never mind.
About 91 to 96% of urine consists of water. You can actually drink urine. It's sterile.
It's not. You keep saying that. The end of your penis makes it not sterile.
No, shush.
It's sterile in your bladder, but your dirty knob makes it germy.
Let him think it.
So your mouth makes it non-sterile when you put it in your mouth, too.
What? We're not with knob germs.
Does it matter like how close you've been to like a, like the man?
So let me ask you. Let me ask you a
to the
question.
man.
Let me ask you a question. What are the germs on the end of your penis if they don't come from urine? What are the germs that your penis just produces? Like what are you doing down there?
It's just everyday germs you encounter,
just
right?
But your hands and your mouth have everyday germs too.
Yeah, but you
Like
can
what
eat
are the
those.
special penis germs?
You ate steaks that this man made. Reminding you
Well,
this
it's like
right
saying,
now.
why isn't your butt?
What's that?
Do you have a dirty butt, like full of germs?
Yeah,
Of
because
course
my
you do.
butt's connected to my colon where there's bacteria.
That's the thing. It's like you wash your junk in the shower. It's not touching anything else all day. It's
Brandon,
it's
I pay
heavily
someone to
like
do that,
it's heavily protected. That's the cleanest part of your body.
No, sometimes when
But
you
it's like if,
Your hands
if
disgusting.
your urine isn't what's making your penis dirty, what is it?
dirty knob. Sometimes, right? If you sit on a bog, your knob's gonna get dirty.
Go ahead.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like it could fall into the bowl.
Your dick's
Well, it'll
so
be-
big, it just fucking rolls around in the
You like
bottom of the
dipping
toilet
down in the
bowl.
water?
We've all been there.
Not in the water, but I've hit the inner bowl.
You hit the ceramic.
Yeah, then I immediately have to have a shower.
Do you ever think like other people hit that same spot as you?
It's like your dick brothers.
Would it matter to you like what part? Like would you be more comfortable drinking the very like the first third of the piss, or like the middle or the very end?
Anybody want to know what's in
A
pee?
streak of
That
piss?
doesn't matter.
What does
You
that
don't
mean?
think so?
The bladder
Doesn't
churns it
bother
all
you?
up anyway.
What's
But
in
it's like
pee?
you get rid of the first part, and it's like all the.
Oh, like the old jizz?
91 to 96% of urine consists of water. Urine also contains an assortment of inorganic salts and organic compounds, including proteins, hormones, and a wide range of metabolites.
Well, you don't
I
want
know
to
what that
drink
is.
hormones.
Metabolites sound like an alien race.
It sounds like a
like a
byproduct of your
fossil.
metabolism, like when you break down stuff.
What do you want to call the byproduct of metabolism? I don't know. Metabolites?
Metabolites.
That's fine.
Like, Gavin, you ever
Graboids?
have to drink out of a hose outside? You know, when you're a kid,
Here
you're
we
like
go
thirsty,
again
you
with
turn on a
the
hose.
fucking hoses.
This is the
No,
hose
I'm
one.
saying though.
This is the
Like,
hose one.
you don't
Last
drink
time it was dust.
You don't drink the water.
No,
You don't
it's
drink the water that comes out immediately. You let it
No,
flow
it's
a
a
little
smoke
bit.
hose
You
or
let
is
it
it
flow a
a
little
water
bit,
hose?
and then you start
Or an
drinking.
air hose.
You wait for it to not smell bad.
Yeah, so you're not going to drink the first part of the urine. You let it go a little bit,
No, I kind of see
and
what
there's
you
the
mean.
money urine.
Yeah.
You shouldn't drink out of a hose outside regardless.
You shouldn't be drinking
Yeah, I mean,
urine.
if you're a kid, you're a young kid, you drink out of hose.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
All right.
If you're to the point in your life where you're drinking urine because you're that desperate for water or fluids, you are not going to care about some knob germs at that point.
You are
if
correct.
You are if it kills you and you vomit. Or if you
because you have
vomit and it
knob
kill-
germs?
Yeah, if it makes you throw up, then you're
What-
even more
what is this
dehydrated.
guy
I
doing
was
with
on
his
your
penis?
side until now. If you are dying of dehydration and your only option is to drink piss, you're going to be okay with it.
You'll be okay with it.
Yeah,
Does that mean
if
if you
there
have a-
are germs that make you vomit, you will lose more water than you had to begin with?
It's your only shot, man.
Gavin, does that mean if you had a limited amount of soap,
Eat the
you would
vomit.
only wash your knob? Because you have to like make it last as long as possible. If that's like the key to like healthy drinking
If
water.
you're drinking a big mug of piss, the hard part about keeping it down is not the germs. I mean, you're drinking a glass of piss.
No,
That's
I mean,
the
just
hard
saying,
part.
You could just die.
I think if it was cold,
that's
it
the
would.
biggest hurdle.
I couldn't drink it warm. If it was cold, I could probably get it down.
God.
you just think it's like bad beer.
With like a sprig of mint over ice. You could drink pee over ice.
Yeah. Because then you just you're distracted by the coldness.
They would have to be urine ice cubes, though.
I like that you're dehydrating so bad. You have to drink piss, but yet you have ice. only Gavin. Gavin would be drinking
right.
piss over water ice.
It's seawater ice. You can't drink it.
Seawater ice. What is that?
Yeah, it's like extra cold ice because of salt.
Does what is the temperature at which salt water will freeze?
It's lower. I think it's like 20.
It's way lower.
Well, because salt makes water. It makes ice colder.
It lowers
makes
the
water
melting
colder in
point
ice.
of water.
So you know what I found
I saw
out? last week
28.4
that-
degrees.
That annoys me.
28.4. So there's no parts of the ocean that are. Oh, I guess Antarctica is like the only place where it's 28.4.
For the water temperature, yeah. Or the Arctic as well.
Not for long, according to Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's because he fucking flies that jet around everywhere. What were we saying?
Gavin was in the middle saying, "What did you see?"
Oh, that annoyed me.
Yes.
Map of the world, right?
Go ahead.
Bollocks.
What do you mean?
All right.
Yep.
What's
Agree.
wrong with the map of the
All
world?
right, well, let's get up a map of the world. Just map of the Earth, whatever
Well,
it
it's
is on
just
the
like
screen.
you wave your hand and shit happens. It's gonna take him a second to look it up. What's wrong with the map of the world?
It's a
Hold
big,
on, I'm pulling it up.
filthy lie.
You
Not,
mean
not.
it's
do a
lie
flat
for
one.
scale.
Yeah, do that first one.
We have-
not that one.
Do y'all have it? The first one. The one
No,
to the
That's
left.
what you want, isn't it? Like something that looks more.
Yeah, that one.
Nah, that's not right. That's the squashed one. See,
No,
a lot of
look
them
how
are
big
like.
Greenland is.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Is that
In it.
they
Well, you don't like it.
You make your fucking point.
Yeah, it's just a lie. Everything's misshapen in the wrong shape and
Well,
wrong size.
so like if you're
What's in the
you're
wrong
sailing
shape?
around,
well, like
you know how to
Greenland's
get.
the wrong size.
Well,
Well,
Also,
that's it, because it's at the top of the globe.
the problem I
Canada's
have-
the wrong size.
so,
Russia's
it's
the
so
wrong
you,
size.
It's so you
No,
can.
the problem I have is Greenland is not at the top of the globe. We're also looking at it at an arbitrary angle.
Yeah, because we picked the equator and the...
Right. It's like if you look at it from space,
Europe's in the
this
middle.
isn't the way it fucking looks. You could be looking at it from any angle.
Well, anyway, Greenland
Well,
up
what do
there.
you mean? That's just the way. I mean,
Greenland up there is the white one, and in reality, if you compare it to Africa, Greenland is a 14th the size of Africa. But on that map, it's like half the size.
They did this for people who had to sail between,
I'm
continents.
just
It's
annoyed
for
that
like
this is like the
navigating.
current map.
Nobody
for
has
you.
to
Is it
do that
current? 'Cause,
anymore,
like-
though. We can fucking fix it. It's been
Yeah,
like
but most of the
400
maps
years.
that they found when they searched for it were the ones that you wanted.
There's a...
Do you want to delete all versions of these maps from the internet?
what's
No,
wrong?
I
with
just,
I
like,
don't
use the
understand
co-
what's wrong with the map.
All right,
still.
there's a website.
I know the bit about it. We're taking a globe and representing it in 2D.
Yeah, like it's
so
impossible
stuff
to
at the top of the bottom.
correctly represent a globe, but the bit's flat. But that one is biased anyway to Europe and to the north. Like everything north is stretched. Like Russia is way bigger than it actually is on this.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Is a globe also biased in that way?
No,
Just maps.
just that map, like that, the map with that name,
Was it? I don't know.
Mercator
Mercator
projection?
map.
But they specifically made it in order to help people. Like,
Yeah, it was for like navigation.
yeah.
purposes.
But I mean, the
But there's a website. It's like the true. It shows you the true size where you can actually drag a country down to the equator and it shrinks to the actual size that it is, based because it's warped because of the north. But it's really cool. It's like China's massive. Russia's not as big as it looks. Canada is not as big as it looks.
but you
Really,
wouldn't-
Canada looks gigantic.
Yeah.
But a globe is right.
Well, a globe is that's right. But maps are bollocks.
So I could just
Globes
look
are
at a
also
globe,
bollocks.
Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Look
Why
at a
can't they
globe.
just instead of doing the whole dragging countries around? Why don't they just make a 3D globe on a computer screen?
You mean Google Earth? They
There you
did that
go.
already.
Sure. Yeah.
But nobody whips out Google Earth when they quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to your website where they're like,
So like grab Greenland up there. So you can type Greenland in that search box. I recommend it.
Greenland.
Yeah. And
The
it will,
land
it
of
will
Greenland.
outline Greenland. Now look at the size of that. Now drag it down to the equator next to Africa.
I've never seen a map where Greenland's that big.
It's
Honestly,
right there.
look how big that is compared to the United States. I've never seen that map before.
yeah.
They can't figure it
Drag it down to Africa.
They're working on it. It's just moving the map around.
I don't understand.
Play it. There you
Oh,
go.
there it goes.
Look how big it is. It's tiny.
I don't understand what do you just want these wiped off the face of the
No,
earth?
I'm just like I want to look at a map and be like, how big is that country?
There
back
are
up.
other maps where you can do that.
It is crazy though. You look at that map and you look at the equator. And
Grab Russia.
I'm assuming we're saying the equator falls in the right place. How much of the landmass of the planet is above the equator versus below the equator? Like most of
question.
Africa is above the equator.
Grab Russia and drag it over the U.S. That's
Is
an
that right?
interesting one. What?
Is that the equator on that thing? That's not where the equator is.
Yeah,
is
that's
it?
the equator.
Why are you calling it the equator?
Equator. The equator? What do you say?
Equator. All right.
Ecuador.
Well, do it again. I want to see Russia. We'll do it. This is like a little game now. Right. Russia. Drag that over the U.S.
Over the U.S.
Yeah, the U.S.
Oh, the U.S. is right
to
there.
the left.
No.
You got it. You got this. I got faith in you.
Drag it over. See. Not as big.
Not as big. It's bigger
That's
than the
pretty
U.S.
fucking big.
No, I know it's
There you
bigger than
go.
the U.S. It's just not as big as it is over there
It
with
seems
Russia.
massive over
I
there.
don't think the control room knows where the U.S. is. That's embarrassing.
It's where you are right now.
They just put us over Mexico.
Anyway, that was annoying. I was like, man, my entire life up to this point has been a lie. I trusted those sizes on
I
that
mean,
map.
listen, Gavin, I totally understand what you're saying, but this is not. I don't feel like this is new information.
For me, it's brand new information.
You didn't know that like Greenland was the wrong size on normal maps?
Why would I ever need to know that?
Oh,
Is
sorry,
that a
I
normal-
learned that when I learned maps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they were like, this is all the map of the Earth. By the way, Greenland's wrong.
But I disagree with you guys that it's arbitrary that you can look at the map from any angle. To me, you can either look at it the way it is now or
the
flipped
problem I
upside
have
down.
is we typically center it on the Atlantic Ocean to put like North America and Europe in front of
because
you.
Europeans made that map.
Right, but it's like you could pick any arbitrary point, and then further extrapolating from that, why do we always put north up? That's not necessarily true. You look at the planet from outer space, and there is no up. It's just a ball in
I
space.
would argue that if I had to pick an orientation for the globe in a map, either the South Pole or the North Pole would be up.
Nah. But we don't even do.
What would you put as up?
It doesn't matter.
I know it kind of matters.
But
I mean,
do other planets have a north and a south?
yes, because
Oh
we
God,
talk
are we
about
talking about the poles again in Brandon's
talk
year?
about-
Yeah,
we
no. We are floating around dangerous
we talk
space
about
here.
the polar ice caps of
But it's magnets, though,
Mars.
I mean, there's just some stuff that would make it needlessly complicated. Like we say the Earth's on an axis, but it's really not, right? Like, because if the equator just like shifted in degrees, we could say that this is what the Earth actually looks like as it revolves around the sun, right? Is that what you prefer? That'd be more
It's also
accurate,
a
but
good
it'd be
point.
confusing.
You
as
don't look at a
shit.
map as tilted either.
That's true,
right?
Yeah, but whenever you see a globe, it's always
So
at
is it
that
just
angle.
If
like-
you tilt
It
it,
is.
Yeah.
Is it just
Yeah.
the way that
I guess
the
it's easier
planet?
when you look at it in a globe and then like a tube
If the
map.
planet spins this way, is that what generates the magnetic field that goes from pole to pole?
I don't think the spinning has anything to do with the
So
magnetism.
what creates the magnetism
Ask
on like
Brandon,
on
PhD
Mars?
on
This
magnets.
is-
No, I think you're right, Gavin. I think it is the spinning that creates it,
shrug?
and the effect it has on the core of the Earth, and that creates the magnetic fields.
Ask the Northern Canyon.
Which then,
Canadians.
how do we always get into astrophysics? How does every conversation lead to astrophysics?
Don't worry, I'm sure there's many people on social media who are going to correct us.
very upset that we're
Let me read something to get us off this awful topic of
But you see what I'm
conversation.
saying? If you shift the, just
This episode of the
Rotate
Routine
that
Podcast
equator.
is brought to you by Audible.com. Passed on.
Well, pilots have a thing they do where they're supposed to steer like in a certain direction. So if you're like you get the warning, you just immediately do that. And I don't know what it is. Like you dive down to the
chicken
right.
signal.
So one guy dives down to the right, he's going this way. One guy dives down to the right, he's going this way. So you'll miss each other always. But that's the thing. Everybody dives down to the.
Unless you're
I
European.
don't know if it's down and to the right.
And then
but-
you turn onto the left.
What's that? Yeah, nope. See, nope. That applies to wherever you are as well. Like the rules of driving carry over to the rules of walking.
Well, because
right?
they have to repave the air. Is
He's
why it's
going
easier.
Somewhere else with it, but
Yeah, I'm not talking about planes. I'm talking about walking.
Oh.
Unless you're walking through the air, which congratulations. But the rules of driving, those are also the rules of walking wherever you are. Like when you're going to pass someone, you should never do that thing where you're like trying to get around somebody and they're trying to get around you and you're doing that little dance. In America, everyone should just go to the right. That's what you should do because that's the side you're supposed to walk on. So if you're coming at someone, they should go to their right and you should go to your right. Correct?
Common sense.
Okay. That's common sense?
Yeah.
See, I didn't realize until I moved here that that's
Nobody
what
in the
people
animation
did.
department knows that, by the way.
Well, I don't think I ever
dance
went
with
a
them all the time.
specific way.
What?
When I moved here, like I was always colliding with you, and you're like, move the other way, and I was like, I guess I do go to the left.
You were
but
coming up
I
the
never-
stairs. You always come up the stairs in Ralph Albonado the wrong way. You're always on the left side of the staircase.
The staircase. You can fit like 3 people on that staircase.
there's always like, whenever you travel internationally to a place where they drive on the opposite side of the road, I feel like there's always a day of adjustment. A day of, oh, right, I need to be walking on the
Just
other
one
side.
day?
Yeah.
It's like the toothpaste rule.
What's the
That's
toothpaste rule?
toothpaste rule.
When you switch toothpaste, it's weird for a day, and then it's normal.
It's exactly like the toothpaste rule. I'm going to call it the toothpaste rule from now on. Whenever
Well,
I
yeah,
travel
like you
internationally.
change toothpaste, it's like, ugh. And the next time, literally the next time, you're like, normal toothpaste.
Literally
Gavin?
the next time, like
That's not. Who told you this rule?
I've just learnt this rule through life.
So you just
Wisdom.
made it
This-
up and called it a rule.
It's just the same rule that applies to
No,
toothpaste.
Bernie. It's the,
The
toothpaste,
toothpaste
rule.
rule.
Anything that takes a day now, toothpaste rule. That from you, Gavin just invented it.
not even a day once. You do it once. Toothpaste
But it's
rule.
like
Hey,
such
hey,
an abrupt
Brandon.
change.
I'll see you next
at
toothpaste
first.
day. Next
Alright.
toothpaste rule.
It's just really abrupt at first, and then you instantly forget it. I can't think of anything else aside from toothpaste that's like that.
You can't. You don't think that's just you?
I have
Like,
probably
what?
used 100 different toothpastes in my life. I've never once thought about
No,
it from
your
more than
tongue
half
You've
a
has-
done
second.
100 toothpaste rules. That's crazy.
Your tongue
big
has like
adjustment.
your tongue has short-term memory of like ugh, but then it's gone in a day.
But what
What's
if you get
wrong
the-
with toothpaste?
It's different. It tastes different flavor. You're expecting. You don't know it. You don't consciously think it. But whenever you put toothpaste on your toothbrush, you're expecting last
Mint.
night's You're expecting last night's flavor.
I'm expecting mint, and I'm getting what? Like ground beef? What flavors of toothpaste do you use?
Well, it was like the 10-year-old toothpaste.
Gavin's brushing his teeth with
you not ever
preparation
had
H.
that with
No, like the giant blue
All
sparkly
toothpaste
one.
is essentially the same.
It's
unless-
all the same.
They're different. They taste completely different.
Nope. Some tastes like bubble gum if it's for kids.
Unless
That's
you
what
have
I'm saying,
unless
like
you have
the
like the
blue-
original like shitty ultra white chalky toothpaste.
Or like you bake
That is
baking soda in
Oh,
water.
freaking Rembrandt. Ugh.
Is that what that is? Yeah, I
The
don't know.
original toothpaste.
No, it's like $30, and there's like barely any paste, and it's disgusting.
The Rembrandts?
Yeah.
Awful. What do they call
This-
it?
huh?
Rembrandt. That's a weird name for toothpaste.
It's just supposed to. It's just gonna let you know that this is really fucking expensive toothpaste.
Guys, good news. I came prepared with a video today. I've been bugged about this for weeks. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the burp bag.
Right, the burp bag.
What?
And
I heard
lost
rumors about this.
I lost it. I was meant to open it the week after our podcast where I said I'd done it
Back at 351.
18 months ago. And
Oh God, no.
found it.
So that's a bag that
Wait,
Gavin
do
burped
we
in.
want to have
Let's
video?
have a close-up on this. This is what I wrote on it the day I made it. Bag of burp, April 15th. It's almost exactly 2 years ago, 2014, and I signed it. And I got a video that goes along with it.
Signed it.
You wanna
Let's
play
see
the
your
video?
signature.
Let's play the video.
Let's see Gavin's signature one more time. Here's how he signs checks. Oh, there we go.
It's my final day in this building. We're about to move to stage 6.
5.
Looking close. That's stage 6 was a video website. All right, go. Hello. So this is our last day in the down south office. Everyone's
You're gonna
moving.
say downtown.
There's boxes everywhere. And what I'm gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Before we leave, this
Yeah.
is the last thing I'm doing here.
You got a bag. You gonna put your lunch in it?
I'm gonna burp into this bag and seal it, and just see what happens to it over time.
When are you gonna open it?
I don't know, like next year sometime.
All right.
Here we go.
Hang on, let me get it.
Did you just hear about President Obama coming to town?
Yeah.
All right. Did
So
you?
this is my
Oh, was
bag.
that my mouth? Did you do it? You were just like, ah.
This is it.
All right. So hang on to that. Hey, I'm drinking while you do it.
I'll write on it with a Sharpie. Who's got a Sharpie?
Probably up front. No, front desk. Front desk. Nice. Nice.
Bag of burp.
Put your name on it and sign the date. Put the date on it.
What's the date?
It's
April.
I think it's 15.
Oh,
Dude!
it's tax day.
Fucking Let's Play's 1 year old today.
Oh!
Yeah, congratulations. You burped in a bag on the 1 year anniversary. Also put the year on it, Kevin.
Oh yeah, 2014.
There you go.
Sorry.
Record that with your iPhone 5.
All right.
It's my iPhone 5 recording this. Here's my bag of burp next to Bernie's head.
For scale.
Yeah, and we'll keep a hold of this.
All right, and you're going to lose that in 1 day.
And it took you longer than a day, but you did lose it.
We found
but
it.
then you found it.
It's not very full, but I guess I only did one mouthful of burp into there.
Right. You don't want a lot of like normal air in there.
Wait,
contaminating
have you
it.
not?
It's
have
been
you not
sealed
opened it
for
back
2
up yet?
years.
Yeah.
So that was the purpose, Brent.
Why would I
I
burp
don't know
into a
if-
bag,
no,
let it
no,
out, and
maybe
then bring
there's
the
a second
bag
video.
in?
The
Maybe
steaks
there's
from
a second
earlier, he
video.
stored them in there. He used
There's
it.
a sec-
he
maybe, I don't
washed
know.
it out. Then he burped again.
I don't know.
Yeah, I had a hose
Obviously
leaking the
you don't
burp out.
know.
It's
Obviously.
making me.
You want to smell it?
No.
A 2-year-old burp. You've never had a chance to smell a 2-year-old burp in your life.
Now here's the
I'm
question.
afraid I'm gonna vomit.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm bringing the.
So when you use the bathroom, you don't notice a difference, and then you'll leave, and then you come back, and all of a sudden the bathroom smells terrible. You ever had that happen to you?
No.
You did. We talked about
You
this
get
once
used
before.
to it.
Because your nose.
When you go to the
yeah.
when you go to the bathroom,
it's the poo rule.
it's the poo rule. When you take a poo,
Slightly
it doesn't smell that
shorter.
bad to you. But then you leave and you come back in like 20 minutes later because you forgot something in
Well,
the
it's
bathroom.
because your nose smelled new stuff, resets it.
There you go. Do you think now you could smell? You'll know now what your burps smell like because you've had some distance from this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now this is how bad your burp smells.
I mean,
Who
does anyone?
shits in a bathroom and it still stinks 20 minutes later, by the way? I
It's just
Do you
a
have
poo
like,
rule.
if you don't have a fan, you can get
feel
away
like
with
it
that.
dissipates anyway. All right, let's smell this.
How long are you in the
just
bathroom?
burped.
How long does it take you to take a poop?
Not that long. Couple minutes.
It's a couple minutes.
Yeah.
You're in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them are in there with their fucking phones and everything.
45 minutes, probably.
Some of the
No, I'm
circumstances.
taking some, like, 15
Are you
minutes, is there?
at work or at home?
So here's my
Which is
question.
okay.
Who wants to? Is it just me sniffing
It's
it?
you.
Is anyone else?
I'm right in there with you.
You want to get involved at the same time?
Dude, I'm 43. Pass me the bag.
I'm
What,
gonna sniff
what
it.
am I
I'm
living
gonna-
for at
I'm
this
gonna
point?
sniff it and pass it immediately to you.
No,
You
hold
both
on.
got to
both
both
gotta
got to
be
get in
right
there at
by
the same
it, yeah.
time.
I just
No,
don't want to
it'll live.
I don't want to breathe my beer on him to like.
Yep.
To
No
ruin
cross
his thing.
contamination.
Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
contamination.
Okay, ready?
Get the knob germs. Close it up a little bit afterwards.
Here we go.
Too.
I'm just gonna eke a little bit out.
Do it.
Oh, oh, oh. All right. Let me hit this.
I don't smell anything.
It's mental though.
I just smell plastic.
Yeah. I didn't get it. It was.
The dumbest
I smell
experiment
pizza.
of all time.
Oh, we have pizza here. I just smell the pizza. It's nothing.
What a letdown.
What a disappointment.
Ugh.
I didn't smell of anything.
Wait,
Well-
this isn't a Ziploc brand
Oh.
bag.
What?
It's like a generic Ziploc bag.
Well, the yes. What? So what?
Fucking, it's not a good
Did-
seal.
Oh, it's
It's a great
fine.
seal.
Did
The
the
air
guy-
was in there.
You should have put it in a Tupperware.
Is this what the guy with the remember shit condom guy? Is this what he did?
God.
Welcome to the Rooster podcast, where none of us know what a sonic boom is, but all of us now know what a 2-year-old burp smells like.
There was a great moment of pride where I looked on the monitors and I saw my burp bag being passed around and we were all having a sniff. I was really proud of that moment. Complete letdown. Like nothing came of that.
2 years in the
But
making.
I'm glad we did it. It was a good test.
2 years.
Yeah.
I can't believe that was the last day at Ralph Albonado.
It was literally the last day.
That's really weird to me that I always associate us moving here in late May, but we were moving in mid-April.
It was right after our anniversary.
Yeah.
That's how I always think about it.
And that
Crazy
was
to see that
actually
place.
the
That staircase, by the way, was the most expensive part of the build-out.
yeah.
Almost.
it was fancy. But
It
what
had lights on it.
What was funny is that because we did that podcast in the past, we were like pretending like it only happened a few months ago, but it was really back in 2014. We did this like the moment that podcast ended. I went and burped into that bag.
The-
so we
Episode 350.
we
Yeah,
were
episode
just done
350.
finishing episode 350 when we recorded that video.
We should have held that till. No, I guess we couldn't because we called it episode 350.
Yeah.
We were supposed to hold it till 351.
Oh, you mean this?
Right.
I mean, I thought you meant like hold off on the future episode.
I did, yeah, I meant
like
that.
we were gonna do 400, but then
Just
we got
goes shows how long we've had this set, and so
Yeah.
the set didn't change or anything.
Well, the couch changed.
The couch changed. The couch got somewhat smaller.
Upgraded.
And
bigger.
last week the table changed.
Yeah,
changed
it was
dramatically.
fine. I'll just read you the headline from Reddit. It was under What the Fuck, one of my favorite subreddits, WTF. It was customers' sweat buildup was so corrosive that his aluminum handlebars on his bike snapped mid-ride.
What?
And they have a picture of it.
Sounds like
In one ride?
sounds very familiar to me.
The top post, in fact, like that's it right there. 75% of the posts in that comment thread, and let's see how many comments there are. There's 182 comments. I would say probably 50 to 75% of them are about you, Gus.
Really?
Yeah. Top comment is Gus from Rooster Teeth is the bike owner. And someone says, nah, it's too athletic to be Gus.
Good point. Someone knows me well.
So they're all talking about you, about how your hands can
That's
shoot
impressive.
through anything.
It's a shitty superpower that apparently I share with at least one other person in the world.
So was that over a long time the snapped off? Or is it you tested the bike and
It's
snapped
got to
off?
be like if it was like the first time riding that bike, that dude would be like the alien from Aliens.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
funny because somebody said, "Here's the owner of the bike." They put a picture of the alien. Is it or this guy? And then it's a picture of you. He told us that, and this is something I've always heard. Like you heard about like Henry VIII beheading all of his wives,
Not all of them.
a lot of them,
of them.
because they kept giving him daughters instead of sons. And then the irony there is that it's the male that determines the sex of the baby. And I've always known that since I was a kid.
So he
Well,
should
it's
have
like
cut his own hair. off.
kinda. I mean, he throws them all over there. It's whatever sticks. It's not like you only.
It's
It.
no.
It's
no.
not like the only
No.
thing there is the not like everything that you throw in there is a Y chromosome in it. You throw them all.
And I don't remember the term he was talking about, but he talked about that. I've always learned, Gus, that the male determines the sex of the baby. That's what I've always learned.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Because the woman
woman just
gives
has an X
the
chromosome.
and it's up to the man
Right,
to
but
give
you
the Y or
send
the X.
off a bunch of different.
Do you
spec-
understand what we're saying, Brandon, or is this confusing to you? Because I feel like this is a very basic
Are
concept.
you saying that it's by an extension? It's,
We are not arguing with you. We are saying the exact same thing you're saying, but you're making it sound like we're saying different things.
Because I'm saying it's like the man chooses it. It's like it's really it's up to what goes on in there on her side.
Really,
And
the dude doesn't jizz specific sperm out.
yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying though, it's not. It's not the guy who determines. To say the guy who determines it makes it sound
It's
like
the guy who
he's
determines
only,
it.
No, he throws it all in there.
But what
it's
Scott,
what
was, what
sticks.
Scott was telling me as an MD, or what Scott told the group is that
I'm so mad.
that women have a selective process. They have a genetically selective process by which they can determine, their body can determine which genes to use or which sperm to accept, essentially.
No.
And even across, like, if a woman, for lack of a better term, mates with multiple guys in a day, it can select, her body can select which is the most genetically
I
compatible.
just thought the first sperm wins.
That's what I always thought too. But
Because
I don't know what the process is called.
wriggles in, and then
Does the woman's body like slow down the undesirable sperm?
Oh,
Like,
man.
they give him the
Acidity?
long route. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we got lost.
There's a video-
Patricia taking a lift at Albuquerque.
There's a video online that shows you exactly what it's like for the sperm. Like it's terrifying.
There's a
It's like
video.
the scariest thing in the world.
Hundreds of
Even like
videos.
right when you see the egg and you're like reaching for it in sperm body form. There's like these tentacles that come from the ground and like grab you and hold you there. It's so scary.
There's ground in a woman's body.
It's just
Well,
like
I feel
coming
like
from the bottom.
the
Like,
woman's
you remember
body
Teenage
is-
Mutant Ninja Turtles when like the tentacles they shock you. Same thing, except it's game over if you get shocked.
the woman's body's trying to kill everything, right?
Yeah.
At all times. It's like, oh, foreign material, annihilate it.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Except some that make it to the egg.
Except the desirable ones. Wink. Let them through.
It is mental though. Like, how far does? Because you always see like the journey of the sperm, like going nuts with its little tail. How far is it really going there? Like, does someone just jizz all over the egg? Like, where's the egg? How far is it?
It
comes
it's
from
in the uterus.
up in the uterus.
It comes from the tube, the fallopian.
Comes from the ovary, travels down the fallopian
But
tube.
in real centimeters, how far does the sperm go?
Well, it's through the cervix. So unless you're really precise and you're really like getting a clean shot, I would say you're not hitting the egg.
So how far in?
I'll hit it.
How far does it travel? Does it swim?
It's like half a block.
18 centimeters
18 centimeters.
from
there
the
you go.
cervix through the uterus to the fallopian tubes.
You're playing
That's
the division,
pretty
right, Gus?
far.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that everything in the division is 0.2 kilometers away?
Yes, I have noticed that.
Whenever you set a waypoint, everything is almost
and then
always
as soon
0.2
as you cross
kilometers.
under 0.2 kilometers, then it switches to meters, and it's 190 meters.
I guess so, yeah. It's just the weirdest thing. It's like I can always tell you as soon as I set a waypoint, I'm going 0.2 kilometers.
So the fastest swimmers can find the egg in as little as 45 minutes. So the fastest ones will get there 45 minutes later.
That's quite a long process.
So it's like,
isn't it?
imagine you bang, then 45 minutes later, she's like, oh, I just felt something weird.
Oh.
Like, oh, that's it.
45 minutes to swim 18 centimeters.
We just made a baby.
No, it's the obstacle course, man. It's like
Here, think about this too. Think about this, Gus. You never considered this, but every time you ejaculate, every individual load
I probably thought about this.
Every load.
is either a feminine or a masculine load just by like sheer numbers of chromosomes in it.
Okay.
Like you're never gonna have an even split. That's
Okay.
very unlikely. You know?
So what, you might skew very feminine on one load? Like,
Not
oh,
very. You're
that's a
probably
girly
like
load.
off by like 0.0001%, but you have this is a feminine load.
You're just like,
this is a
"Oh,
masculine load.
definitely dudes.
But you're right. Like
Sample use only. What's this business?
at that.
What are we looking at? That's sperm.
yeah,
guess.
this is it's like
We're just watching a
Oh
screensaver.
God! It's like landing
See,
at
look, it's
Normandy.
like,
It's like there's a machine gunner up there with a swastika, fucking
This one's
shooting
gonna
at
make
him.
it.
Man, the sequel to Finding Nemo is really weird. They went really avant-garde with it. We're watching a video of
this
like
is the
like,
jetpack scene. It's where they're just jetpacking through
God, they
the.
got a long way to go. Oh, make it.
oh, look at the
Make
go,
it.
buddy.
Are we getting in trouble because it says sample use only? What the
I
fuck
don't know
are we
what that
looking
is.
at?
Oh, so it's like
Get in
you
there.
gotta get in between the
They
little
gotta
nodules.
eat. It's like they gotta fucking chew their way in. And
Oh,
then-
the light is too much. Get it?
Oh!
We missed the
cut
money
away.
shot. We cut away.
No, the money shot was 45
money
minutes
shot
ago.
Both went there.
It was 45 minutes and 18 centimeters ago.
All right, that's enough. I don't want to see this anymore. Get it off
Yeah,
of
we're done
there.
with that.
Oh,
hey,
it got gross.